yourself.
T3 Media.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Talking Through the Media, your home for entertainment news and reviews by fans for fans. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. It really does help us out. And feel free to send in any questions, comments, concerns. We want to hear them. Joining me today is...
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Talking Through the Media. We got a great show for you. We got a lot to talk about. I'm Chris Fagan, and joining me today is Joy. Hey. Guys, we are going to go over some things, but before that, we're going to go through some entertainment news, some movie talk, some TV talk about some things that are trending out there. So subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications for our live show, reviews, reactions, and become a YouTube member for our exclusive uncensored content. You can also look for our podcast on your favorite podcast provider of choice if you can't catch us live during the stream, and support us during the live stream by sending super chat questions and comments. They will pop up during the show, so send those in if you're watching us live. You can also follow us on social media at T3 Medias and send comments there so that we can answer on our weekend show for We Got Your Mail. And support our writers on our blog at t3medias.com. And if you're a writer and want to become a contributor, you can contact me at mail@t3medias.com. So, without further ado, I said we have something to talk about. So so Joy's gonna dip in and out while we're talking about some things because she has a lot of work to do. I was begging her to come up here. I don't know. Did you even feel like being bothered today? I felt like I was interrupting you at work. I'm sorry about that. Is it fine? You're okay?
I'm fine.
You're fine? All right, guys. We're just gonna talk about a few things real quick. I'll skip the first thing. I'm just gonna try to start having the show where we just shoot the shit, just talk about a little things before the show starts. But we ain't got time for that because Joy's got to get to work. She's like, "Come on, Chris, let's go." So let's get straight into the first topic, which is Blondie. If you guys, I don't know if you guys have seen it. I just watched that teaser trailer from Netflix. And I gotta say, I really did enjoy it a lot. I thought it was a good trailer. The only thing that I'm wondering about as far as the upcoming Blondie movie is how is it gonna go? How deep is it gonna go into like a psychological thing? Because the chilling thing about that trailer, and I don't know if you caught it, did you notice what happened at the very end of the trailer when she was trying to like conjure up Marilyn? Did you notice?
Well, I mean, she struggled with her mental health.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's why she had a different name, and a lot of the same things that women struggle with today: body image, negative portrayals. Things that are
being over sexualized. She was like the first mega it girl, but I didn't know that it was like that.
Someone who was considered to be overweight, who by like not even remotely. I
don't even see how that is even possible by any standards. Yesterday and today.
Yeah, but back then, she was considered to be a curvy girl, an overweight girl.
I love it.
And she totally isn't, but yeah.
But I'm curious on how the actress is going to play, because I loved her I've seen her on almost everything except I still haven't seen Blade Runner 249, but I loved her in Knives Out. And when I heard that she was playing the role, I was like, wow, that's. I mean,
seeing her normally,
I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it. But, I was like, way to go, Netflix.
Like, they did a good job. They did a really good job.
She's going to crush it. I can already tell because it looks like it's going to get deep. But at the end of the trailer is what I caught when she was trying to conjure up Marilyn. I know it seemed like in the reflection that she was looking into, Marilyn came through and was reacting and smiling back. But her actual body wasn't making the same movements as her. So I'm like, is this going to go into a whole crazy psychedelic thing on it? I don't know.
That and the fact that, I mean, she was She took a lot of drugs to get through to deal with.
To say the least, yeah, to deal with what she was dealing with the Mr. President.
There was probably a lot going on in her mind where she felt like she was two people at the same time.
Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't even think about it like that, but yeah, that makes sense. As far
she
as
felt very disconnected, like she was not what people were seeing.
Yeah, she was definitely two different people, but I know that Netflix doesn't really do a great job with their movies. Their TV series are always better than their movies, 9 times out of 10. But when they do I think this is going to be a good one. I think this is going to be a Netflix one that's going to do the job that it's supposed to do. And let me pull up something else real fast. It was something else that came out on the Hollywood Reporter on this whole thing. Let me see if I can find it really fast. There it is. Came in from the Hollywood Reporter, starting with a volatile childhood as Norma Jean. That was her real name. The fictional spin follows Monroe through her rise to stardom and in and out of her romantic entanglement. The film's an active blurring between fact and fiction that explores a growing split between Monroe's public and private self. Just like what we were saying a minute ago, that it was that it's probably going to deal with a lot of her psychological drama and what all that pressure was doing to her. So I'm looking forward to it. It looks like something that I can get into. Elephant in the room. Now before you accuse me of it later when I'm secretly watching it in our bedroom with the door locked and just trying to be slick about it. It's rated NC-17. Did you know that?
I saw that.
That it was rated NC-17. Now, I don't believe that it's going to get like raunchy. Like you're gonna have Barbie and John Kennedy, doing some the craziest things that you guys can't even think of, borderline Pornhub style stuff. But no, I just think it's gonna get. It's probably just very heavy with language, the drug abuse, the things like that. It's just probably not gonna hold back in her trauma and probably up to her death. Maybe it's going to talk about, show how she died or was killed or however you want to. That might be the thing that's going to make this graphic. I don't think it's going to be what 9 times out of 10 of you guys are going to be hoping this movie is the reason why it's an NC-17. But that's just, I don't know. That's just my thought on it. Let us know what you guys think about it, what you speculate, how this movie is going to do, and what do you think about the choice for Marilyn Monroe for this one, and throw your comments in the comment section below, and we'll talk about it maybe on We Got Your Mail. So, and guys, make sure if you're watching live, hit us on the comment section. They will pop up during the show. All right, guys, I'm gonna go full screen. I know we gotta rush downstairs real quick to monitor work, so I'm gonna keep the show going, and I'll text you to let you know when we're going to the. What did we say again? We said 4. 4, right? Yeah. Okay. I'll know when to call you back. All right. Moving on to the next topic, and that is Squid Games. Okay. So it was announced that there is going to be an actual Squid Games, that people are really going to be put in the Squid Games scenario and put to the test. And I'm all for that because the Squid Games challenge. It sounds funny to me. Everybody's like, "Oh, man, they can't make it exactly like Squid." Why not? Make it exactly like Squid Game. You know what? You're down in your luck. Bills piling up. Got to pay the bills. 100, 200 men into one man leave. One woman leaves. Go for the gusto. What you I mean, come on. I mean, I think obviously they're not going to do it exactly the way Squid Games did it. But this Squid Games challenge, they're going to make it as safe as possible because they know that all eyes are going to be on Netflix to screw this up. And let's be honest, the Netflix reality TV show game shows are cheesy as hell. That's like those old Nickelodeon games from back in the day. And it's going to be cheesy. So it's nothing to worry about. This isn't going to be anything that's going to be controversial, nothing. Nobody's going to get hurt. They're going to be careful because everybody knows, or Netflix knows, that that's what everybody's going to assume. The big scandal if one person, not dies, just gets hurt. if anybody just gets hurt, it would be a disaster for Netflix. And they're already hemorrhaging money. They don't need any more problems, any more drama. And something like this is a potential just to be a disaster for them. But I'm still excited to see how they're going to pull it off. My kids play, what is it called? My kids play that video game. Was it Roblox? Roblox, I believe is what it's called. And they nerf it down to where, people that lose the game, that get killed in the game, it's nerfed. So whether there's like trap doors or this and that, I'm pretty sure that these guys that are walking, that's dressed up in these jumpsuits, ain't gonna come out there with their revolvers and just start eliminating people who can't get the cookie cut. But it'd be funny if they pretended to. I think that's what I'm looking for. I'm hoping that they at least pretend, like maybe with paint guns, like, oh, I lost. I think that's what should happen. That's just me, though. I feel like that would be funny as hell. So, am I wrong in that? Am I sick in the head for even going there with it? Let me know what you guys think. I'm probably just a sickie on there. Oh, and look, man, something's going on with the graphics. I gotta fix that. All right, but this came in. This came in from Netflix. Okay, so what is the prize money for Squid Games The Challenge? So similarly to the show, Squid Game The Challenge offers competitors the chance to win up to $4.5 million. In the Squid Games, the competitors were vying for a prize for $4.5 million won, which amounts to approximately 38 million. I'm sorry, yen. 4.5 million, 45 million yen, which equates to $38 million. My fault. Netflix revealed in its announcement about the new show that the money was the largest lump sum cash prize in reality TV history. So they're really going to give that amount of money to the winner. The prize money will go to one lucky winner after they have beaten their 455 fellow players to the top spot. Though the losers will not, they will repeat, will not die. I don't believe it. Somebody's going to have a cardiac issue or something. I don't wish for it. I don't want it to happen. I just feel like something this big with that many players, you're going to, especially if you get people, how much you want to bet they're not going to get people with health issues. They're not going to get people with a history of this, that, and the other. Like, you're not going to see, like, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Squid Games, you're not going to see the old man pulling the strings the whole time. And then on top of that, speaking of the old man pulling the strings, will there be people within the game manipulating things and causing problems? That's what I'm curious for. I mean, this has every potential to be a disaster, but all reality TV show does, and they edit it down. You'll never, anything bad that happens, they'll never show it. But with that much money on the line, with that many people involved, I am just skeptical about how safe this could be. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm overthinking it. But I feel like Squid Game's the challenging part of this is going to be making sure at least a riot. I mean, the part where they turned the lights off and people had to eliminate themselves. What is the equivalence to that? A boxing match? What are the games gonna be? Put it in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. What games are going to come up with? Are they going to come up with for this game? Because it's I don't know. I'm skeptical about it. All right. Moving on to the next topic. Harley Quinn, Lady Gaga. Me and Joy are going to talk about this together. But okay, so I just don't want any problems. So let me start. How do I start this one off? Okay. So on TikTok, there's a TikToker named from TikTok, Danielle Silverstone, a content creator with over 125,000 followers, who asked the question on her page once the announcement of Harley Quinn being cast for Joker 2. Can Jews never play Jews? Is that like the rule or something in Hollywood? In regards to Lady Gaga being in talks to play Harley Quinn in Joker 2 alongside Joaquin Phoenix. Now, a lot of people are going to feel differently about something like this. But to her credit, the benefit of the doubt, Danielle is a social justice advocate, a warrior for social justice, and she's Jewish, and she's always fighting for and talking about representation as far as Jewish people in Hollywood. And when the announcement came out, she was, and rightfully so, I give her credit for this one. I don't agree with her on a lot of things. There was an issue that she had with another TikToker, black content creator, where in my opinion, I understood what she was trying to say, but the way she said it was kind of out of pocket, because it's like, dude, I'll save that for another conversation if she wants to have it with me. So the way she delivers it, it's kind of like, it reminds me of like what Tupac said. Like back in the day, we're tired of asking. We're tired of being nice about it. So she's like, well, now we're not knocking on the door anymore. We're beating the door down, and that's her delivery. And I understand that. We're tired of asking. The problem with this situation with Hollywood is you know what this reminds me of? I'll get into that later. Let me keep going with this the whole thing. So Lady Gaga, this comes in from online. I forgot the source. Joker 2 is happening. Oscar winner filmmaker Todd Phillips reveals earlier this month that he's finished at least a draft of the script, which is tentatively titled Joker, fully adieu, if I'm saying that right. Not only is the sequel on the way, but Lady Gaga is in the talks to appear in the movie as an iconic villain, Harley Quinn. Furthermore, it's being reported the sequel is going to be a musical. I remember that. Suffice to say, the internet is up in arms over the slew of announcements, especially after how divisive the first picture was. Now, playing devil's advocate. Now, look, Hollywood, every movie that's ever been pitched, every movie that's ever been greenlit, the producer only has one thing in mind. I'm going to be honest, they don't care about representation. They don't care about if black people are going to be represented properly, if white people are going to be represented properly, if Hispanic people, Asian people. They don't care about that. They want to know how much money the damn thing's going to make. That's all they care about. If you could go into the future with a time machine and prove to an executive, Zach Aslab, whatever his name is, Kevin, maybe not Kevin Feige, but most Hollywood producers, you tell them you can make the most offensive movie in the world, and this movie is going to make $3 billion in the box office. They're going to greenlight it. They don't care. They let the people get offended. I'll get my $3 million from the box office, right? And we cut and run, get the hell out of here, and we'll apologize later. They're going to make the movie. What this reminds me of is something I used to say about the whole thing about like affirmative action. Now follow me here. I know I was like, what? Where are you going with this? I always, like, people would get mad about like when affirmative action was made into law. And white people would be like, oh, well, my kid, we're not racist. My kid didn't do anything wrong, but they probably lost a spot because they had to give it to a black one. Well, my argument was this. If those people who built the school, like say, let's talk about college. Those people who built the school that had the agenda to keep people out, if they were doing what they were supposed to do back in the day, then things like affirmative action, all that stuff wouldn't have had to have been put into place to force them to do right and stop denying people from getting in. Now, what do I mean when I say this about what's going on with Harley Quinn? The reason why I'm relating the two is Hollywood is looking at casting Lady Gaga because Lady Gaga can sing, and her acting abilities has been proven. She's been getting better and better, and she's pretty outstanding. And that's the name recognition. Hollywood, now, I'm not a member of the Jewish community, so I can't speak for it. So I'll go back to the black community. If you were if you didn't have a straight up agenda in the first place, people always argue saying that there's a woke agenda trying to force interracial relationships, trying to force this woke stuff, trying to force the Jewish community on us, trying to force the Hispanic community, trying to force. No, there was a legit agenda to keep them unrepresented, to keep them out. The first black woman to win a damn Oscar wasn't even allowed in the damn building. Well, that's not today. Doesn't mean that it doesn't still happen. Those were real agendas. tearing down those agendas, making movies like Encanto and stuff like that isn't bull crap. No, it's peeling off the agenda one layer at a time of keeping stuff like that out. You want to hear the same story over and over again, you like from your favorite movie, just go get a DVD and watch that movie again and again and again. But when your new version of it comes out and it's being played by a person of a different race, different gender and all that, it doesn't delete the original. I don't understand people's arguments about wanting to watch the same thing over and over and over again. That's what VHSs and DVDs and Blu-rays were invented for, if you want to watch the same shit over and over again. Now, going back to Lady Gaga. Now, like I said, I'm not Jewish, so I can't speak for the community. So I'll keep it to the African-American community. If Hollywood was doing what they were supposed to be doing from day one and stopped discriminating against minorities and stuff, and representation was where it should have been, and comment in the comment section, your comments will pop up if you got something to say, then an actress that fits the qualifications for a musical with that background to represent Harley, the character Harley Quinn, would probably already. I'm not saying that person doesn't exist. I personally believe they should get an unknown person and put them into that role who does check all those boxes that Danielle right here is upset about. Because the thing that she's upset about Harley Quinn Lady Gaga being cast is Harley Quinn is a Jewish character. She was invented in the 90s for that animated series, but she's Harley Quinzel. She's Jewish. And and I probably don't know them. So Danielle probably would have a laundry list of Jewish actresses who can sing their asses off, who would probably have crushed it, who probably could be a better actress than Lady Gaga. But what is Hollywood going to default to? Name recognition. But here's my argument against that. Joaquin Phoenix, without it being a musical, movie on its own, by himself, it was just Joker. The movie made $1 billion. You already got $1 billion. This movie was made with a small budget, went to $1 billion. It doesn't matter if the sequel flops, the money is still there. You didn't need Lady Gaga. Now, a couple of years ago, it still would have been a big deal, but with social media being where it's at, and this is 2022, representation is a big thing now, and companies are getting dinged for their lack of it. Like I said, we're peeling the onion and we're pulling back the agenda to keep certain things out of Hollywood. Now you get in trouble for not representing enough, right? People can go too far and stuff like that. I don't care if Superman is black or not. I just want the movie to be good. But if Superman is black, I don't care, because Superman isn't real. But when they made Harley and Quinzel and they put so much emphasis on her heritage, it would not have been a bad thing at all to have somebody to represent that character to the fullest. I personally don't feel like you needed Lady Gaga for the name recognition. Joaquin Phoenix is there. But that's just me. And if Danielle, if you ever want to come on the channel, collab with me and try to elaborate on it a little bit more, because I know how you feel about it. You made it clear on certain topics. Since I'm not a part of the community, I can't speak on it, blah, blah, blah. The way you told that other YouTuber how they weren't allowed to talk about stuff because they weren't a woman or this and that and the other. So I invite you. Let's talk about it on the show. Because I for the most part agree with you on this, but I don't want to overstep my bounds because I'm not a part of the community. So anytime you want to guest on the show, you can do that. So all right, let me move on to the next topic. I got a little long-winded on that one. That was topic number 3. Let me see. Okay, so let me send this out to Joy. Tell Joy, I said Joy can help me out with this one. So the next topic, Barbie. Ryan Gosling debuts for Ken in the Barbie movie. Now, all right, guys. Now, people already starting to jump out of the live. They're like, I don't talk about no Barbie. Well, this is Ryan Gosling, guys. Come on, give it a chance. Give it a chance. So, as you guys may or may not know, Ryan Gosling was cast as Ken, but he's not the only Ken in there. He's he's one of many Kens that's going to be in this movie. And we're joined back by the lovely Joy to talk about it. From Variety, Ryan Gosling makes for the perfect Ken doll in Warner Brothers' latest look at Greta Gerwig's Barbie, which stars Margot Robbie in the title role. Warner Brothers has debuted a striking photo of Gosling. I don't think it was that striking. Gosling's Ken sporting a six-pack abs. It's 4.5 at best. Bleached blonde hair and spray tans on Twitter. The supporting cast includes the likes of America Ferrera, Simu Liu, Kate McKinnon, Alexandra Shipp, Emma McKay, Kingsley Ben Adir, if I'm saying it right, Isaiah Ray, Michael Cera, and more. It's rumored that several Barbies and Ken characters factor into the plot. Okay, babe, welcome back. What do you think? What did you think about the abs? What did you think about the Gosling?
He looks
Look at the abs.
plastic fantastic.
Look at the jawline. As the lead attorney says, here it comes. Here it goes. Woo! There you go. Look at that. Look how he look. I think that, and I think that's the reason why I put both of those pictures together. I think that's the same scene where Barbie is pulling up right there in the car, getting all, definitely she's going to have to throw that seat out. If you follow me. And I think that's Ken stepping outside, looking. I think she's about to pick him up in the, what's that, the Barbie Corvette?
I don't know. Barbie had a lot of cars, so
yeah,
probably.
The
Barbie convertible.
Yeah, the convertible. I think that's the same scene right there. If I can pause it, I'm probably missing it. But yeah, I think that's the. Let me see if I can go back. Let me see if we can get the abs back in the picture. Look at the abs. I think that's the same scene. She's pulling up, picking him up, and then they're gonna get with Simu Liu, his Ken, and I think he's gonna get a little. That's the one that should be in C-17, if you ask me. But this, I'm like, where am I going with this, right? All right, but from Variety, did I have anything up on this? Hold on, guys. Bear with me, guys. I'm sorry about that. Let me see if I got it. Because speaking of Simu Liu, he had to wax his entire body for the role, which he called one of the most painful experiences of my life. I have such a newfound admiration for the incredibly brave women who go through this on a on a monthly basis. It's not just women.
Kelly Clarkson.
Did he? Oh, yeah. It's not just women who do that on a monthly basis. I mean, have you ever, not to get all up in your business, but you are my wife. I don't know if you want to share it with them. If you can tell me later. Have you ever done the waxing? Ever like the
facial waxing?
Facial waxing, legs and.
I've not done legs, just facial and like bikini line. Yeah, it hurts.
Ooh, okay. Should I do it? You think I'm strong enough to handle that?
I'm sure you can, but it hurts.
That's probably. Hey, it don't hurt that bad. I bet you women probably be over exaggerating about that stuff. It ain't that bad. I can handle it. You don't think so?
No.
She was giving me the benefit of the doubt till I started talking shit. But I don't know. I like Margot Robbie. She's a superior actress, but I was much more interested in the project when the original plot was around Amy Schumer. This was years ago, when her fame was at the peak, and the concept that they came up with, if I'm remembering it correctly, was about a I don't know how to explain it, like. Maybe she's Barbie in the way she's supposed to, or she sees herself in the Barbie world, and then maybe she would come into the real world, and like the looks is totally different, and maybe she looks like Amy Schumer, and she's not getting treated the way she's used to being treated in the Barbie. If I'm remembering correctly, if that was the plot, that Barbie story was more interesting to me. But
I mean, I don't know. It's one of those movies that just really depends on how it's written and pulled off.
Yeah,
that it could be something that's really funny and enjoyable, or you could be something that is like, what in the world did I just watch?
Look at the abs.
I mean, you got a good cast, and I love Kate McKinnon.
Would you say you have a good ass? What did you say?
Good cast.
Oh, okay.
And I love Kate McKinnon. She's very funny.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what her version of Barbie. I'm pretty sure she's going to play another Barbie. Scientist Barbie. I think it's gonna be funny. I don't know. Let us know what you guys think. What do you think about the bikini wax and the jawline for Ryan Gosling? Put your thoughts about it below. Keep it clean, and we'll talk about it on the down low a little bit. Hit me up on the DMs and tell me what you really think. Got all right. The next topic, me and Joy, we saw Evil. That we finally got around to it. We didn't see it as early as we wanted to see it, but season 3, episode 1. We only got a few minutes to talk about it, I know that, but what was your overall? What was your thoughts on Evil?
I mean, I love it. I definitely enjoy it more now that it's on Paramount Plus versus regular mainstream TV because it is evil and it has such weird storylines. They're at liberty to do a lot of stuff that you can't show on regular TV.
Yeah, it's way more intense. And the thing, just like with Lucifer, they don't, knowing that they can get away with that and do that, they don't go over the top with it.
No,
they're not you're not seeing a bunch of nudity and a bunch of this.
Yeah.
It's not NC-17 like Maryland's gonna be, but this episode was, and this was the first season where it was under the new Paramount.
Last season.
Was it last season? Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, but the difference, it's a huge difference, but it's not. It doesn't go overboard, and I like that. They don't go too overboard with it. But the whole thing, everybody got their wish, sorta, where the main two stars, they hooked up. And so it's spoilers, guys. This is some spoiler talks here. They hooked up. So for our,
you believed it for the entire episode.
Yeah. That they finally got down with the swirl, as me and Joy always say. I always nudge her and say, "Hey, baby, you want to swirl?" Just for at the end, her to say, "No, we didn't." You wish. when I ran out of the room, I went home. She left. Yeah, she went home. You think that was George? What was that? What's that demon's name? Is it Bob or George? Or it's something like that. I think it was George. I think it was him because he's messed with everybody. He's messed with her first, and then he definitely. Because he was having other sex dreams
of her like every night,
and his visions feel real to him. So it could have been his, but the demon tongue thing, I think it was George. I think George is messing with him.
But he was really thrown by that. Like, wait a minute.
Because he has to.
Because he knew that some of those were dreams.
Yeah.
He really thought the first one was like,
finally did. So technically he didn't break his oath.
They kissed. She goes, we kissed.
They kissed.
And I ran away and I went home. And he was like,
so, and he prayed, but he prayed that away. But then after that, he gave right back into the temptation again and got down with it. So technically, and I think if I remember correctly, he still broke his oath in his own mind, his own desires and stuff. He wanted it. Mm-hmm. And now that she knows that he wants it, what do you think? Well, obviously she knows that he wants it.
Yeah, well, now her husband's back, though. And they've made up or whatever.
And? That's Luke Cage. What are you gonna do?
More plausible.
And I like her husband,
last
too.
Last season when you thought they were about to split up because he was gone and they were arguing.
I think that...
Of course, you can tell there's some stuff's about to go on with Grandma.
Because, I was just about to say, I like the husband.
She is not a fan of the husband wanting her gone.
I think the thing I like the fight, the dynamic between the yin and yang between the husband and the grandma. I didn't see it. I didn't think it was going to happen. But when he voiced to her, "I want your mother gone," I thought it was going to be a fight. But I guess, after everything that went down last season with the little stalker, the little boyfriend.
I think she was more willing because he's going to be home.
And he knows how they know that they
if you're
rift.
gone, she's my only help. So no.
But everything that went down with the ex-boyfriend, you can't trust him. He's kind of back in the picture again. You can't trust her around him.
She put a restraining order on him, so she doesn't want.
What's that guy's name? That actress, that actor that played.
Oh, I don't know what his real name is.
No, not his real name, but his character name. Leland. Yeah. Now that Leland is kind of back in the picture again, you can't trust grandma.
And we really don't know fully what's up with Grandma because...
Well, she's a voodoo. I think she's like into this voodoo-ish kind of a thing.
Yeah,
and she tried to put a hex on the husband. And he found... I love the fact that he found it. Because she seems to have some type of power. And especially now that Leland is messing with her, maybe the evil, the devil is giving her even more voodoo-ish type powers. So I think whatever she was going to do to him was going to work.
It's pretty funny that the girls all figured out
that Leland was messing with.
I mean, because you really were concerned that, oh man, they're about to mess up again. Yeah. But here she's like, no,
she like,
I know who it is.
Yeah, it's Leland pretending to be.
And then they just barrage him and drive him bananas because
Leland kind of made it too obvious, though. He was all like, "Oh, what's your mom doing? Oh, my mom sucks. I hate my mom. Do you hate your mom? My mom's a bitch. Your mom a bitch like mom."
Underestimated
the intelligence of the little girls. I thought that was brilliant. Sometimes the little girls, it's funny seeing them do all that chatter and stuff. But this episode, I really enjoyed them. Sometimes the over talking and stuff, it's like chalk nails on a chalkboard to me. But this episode, the girls were they stole the show on it. And then moving on to, before you go, Mr. Inconceivable. You think that he kind of unlocked with the fact that they were trying to weigh the soul. And then they figured out maybe it's not the soul that's what's making these bodies get lighter or heavier. Maybe it's demon possession. Because why is this other why did this other body gain weight? They were trying to measure the body to see if it loses a certain amount of weight when it loses when a person dies, and that priest was sick and dying, and he felt a certain type of way his whole life. And the second that he lost that weight, which they later are thinking that it was a demon, not his soul, he didn't feel like that. He was uninhibited. He wasn't afraid to.
He was cured. He wasn't.
And he was cured of his sickness. But why didn't he die though? Like, because of the experiment? Did it? I don't know. Did it like it expelled the demon, but it didn't expel his soul? It was weird how it was all
like
cured.
The demon was
the
his
thing
poison,
that was killing
so
him.
it was just gone. So therefore, he wasn't sick.
And now that it left his body, and he flirted with the head priest, and they were like, "Oh no, we can't have that. You're gonna."
They sent him away.
After you're gonna, they do what we always do in the Catholic Church. It's gonna get transferred. You know, you came out as gay, you kissed me, so now you're getting transferred. Typical. But now the demon. It didn't go into the nun's body.
It did, but she
died.
did die.
But she did die.
So she gained weight. So she was.
Her body gained weight, and now that nun is now haunting the priest here. What's his name? Luke Cage. She was right there in the corner, watching him have sex with George, or Bob, or whatever that demon's name is. I think that's George with the eye patch and stuff. Totally freaky ending. I loved it. I thought it was great. Anything else you want to?
No, it was.
Call back
it
on?
was good. A nice opening. We've been waiting for a year.
Oh, and we talked about how their partner, he kind of noticed.
That was the thing that kind of
that they were flirting, kind of like something. Like he doesn't know that they had sex, or in his mind they had sex, but he noticed that something's off with them too.
He just didn't say anything.
So now it's like, but he's a scientific thinking guy, so he's gonna figure it out. Y'all kissed, or y'all did something. So I don't know. I loved it. I can't wait to watch.
It was great. So
I'm supposed to guest on another channel for a recap of episode 2. I'm already forgetting the name. I apologize for forgetting it. So I'll keep up with you guys for recaps of Evil. I know you got to hurry up and go back to your meeting, babe. Thanks for. You probably won't be able to help me out with the last one, right? Because you're about to start your meeting. All right, so let's move. I'm gonna move on to the last couple of topics, and let's keep it pushing. And that was the lovely Joy ending her tenure here on the episode. All right, moving on. Ms. Marvel. Episode 2. It was good. It wasn't. I don't think it was better than the first one, but it was good. But the thing I did like about it, the thing I absolutely loved about it, was the fact that episode 2 happened, and I'm sorry. This is gonna drive me crazy until I fix this. Let me see if I can fix this. There we go. The thing that I absolutely loved about it was the fact that when she started to train and have her powers, was practicing with her powers, she messed up, and somebody got hurt. Typically, we see in these Marvel movies where the heroes learning their powers get a little bit of a montage, and all of a sudden they master it, and they're saving people effortlessly, they're swinging through rooftops, going through New York, saving people like it's nothing. Nobody ever gets hurt. Hero is almost infallible. That did not happen in this episode. In the middle of helping a kid who was about to fall off of a not spoiler, I'm sorry. In the middle of helping someone, the only spoiler I'll give, we learned that this hero has a lot to learn. And that is something that I enjoyed a lot. Following what happened with the last episode, moving on to the investigation of people with superpowers and stuff like that, I think at first I thought her coming to grips with her powers was going to be the only villain that we were going to have in this, but now it's clear that there is going to be a clear villain. You got to watch this episode. If you haven't watched it yet, there is going to probably be a clear villain or a clear heavy antagonist type situation as far as the rings that she has, and the other people in her family that might want them. I have nothing to back this up on, but my prediction, I think if I was writing this, I would hope, or I don't want my speculations to become expectations. I'm just speculating here. I hope that glow Green Lantern type powers that she has now eventually turns into the powers that we're used to seeing her with in the comic book, the stretching powers. This power, I feel like, is unlocking something because it said, I feel like it's unlocking something that's already within her. And when it's done, maybe then by the end of this series, it would have unlocked fully her real power that she doesn't even need those bracelets for. That's my only prediction on it. But other than that, I have nothing. I enjoyed the episode. I think I enjoyed the episode 1 more than episode 2. Episode 1, we just visually just had a lot great things going on with the way they text message and stuff like that. So, and I had a lot more fun with this one. It was good to get progress with the character. I'm glad that they didn't show her being infallible, and we have a character that has a lot to learn. So other than that, I got nothing much to say about it. I can move on to the next topic. The next, if you guys have anything to say about it, share your thoughts about what you thought about the second episode of Miss Marvel, and what do you think? How do you think? Give me your predictions, your speculations, your thoughts. Put them in the box below and share them with me, and we'll talk about it on a later show. All right. Let me make sure that I'm not going crazy here. Bear with me, guys. Let me look at something real fast. No, nothing's popping up. Okay. All right. So, the guys and I, we just saw Lightyear. We went to an advanced screening of it. I had to ask for permission from the manager before we did our review live in the building, and I'm never going to do that again. Not the permission part. I definitely asked for permission. I'm never going to record a review unless I can find a quiet spot. But when you're in the middle of the hallway where the people are just walking out, they're going to stay in that hallway and talk their asses off. And if you saw, no wonder the views of our review is so low, because the sound is trash. It's just straight up trash. And I apologize for that. And I shouldn't have done that. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I just want to apologize for that. If you guys don't mind checking out the review, if you can stomach it, let me know what you guys think about the movie on the review. Share your thoughts on it, and it helps us out. But the Lightyear reviews are so mixed. Let me look at what it says on Rotten Tomato. I'm going to pull Rotten Tomato up real quick. See what the score is at now. Check this out. Check it out. Come on. Get it ready, get it. Okay, it's gone back. I heard it was in the 60s. Now it's back up. Out of 195 reviews, it's 78. It's still certified fresh. 88% score from the audience who've seen it, and 78%. Now, that's not typical for a Pixar movie, but this is a spinoff. And when I watched it, when I judged it purely based on a sci-fi movie. I wasn't judging it on it being in the Toy Story universe, because it's not. Technically, it's a movie within a movie. This is the movie that Andy saw a week ago, a month ago, or whatever, before his birthday, where he fell in love with the Buzz character before he got the toy. Because it was all Woody and Woody's Roundup, right? Remember that in the Toy Story movie. And then one day, he just freaking out. It was a metaphor of where kids were back in the day. It was about cowboys and stuff. And then after we went to space, or a touchdown on the moon, it was all about space. Kids just was like fascinated about space. That's what Toy Story was really talking about. So when Andy saw the Buzz Lightyear movie, this is the movie that he saw. That's all Buzz Lightyear is about. Now, Jason Bell, one of our writers, one of our contributors here on the channel, he said during the interview during the review that the one thing that he thought was out of line, out of pocket, or out of place, is the better way for me to put it, on his review, was that the representation of the LGBT community in the film. If this movie was a movie that was, because Toy Story took place in the 90s, and any movie that was made in the 90s or in the 80s would not have had that much representation in it. True enough. But this is the year 2022. And that's when this movie was made. It was made in this era. And it's no point to try to get into the mindset of the way filmmakers used to push back. We were just talking about this with the whole representation for the Harley Quinn character. There's no point of getting into those Hollywood types, creative types' minds for this. If anything, look at it like this. In the Toy Story universe, the Hollywood types in the 90s were so forward thinking that they did have that much representation, even back then when this movie was technically made in the Toy Story universe. So I say kudos to them. This is the future. All this crap that we're arguing about and divided about on today, liberalism eventually wins out, no matter whether you like it or not. Interracial marriages was considered taboo and should be against the law back right. Now it's like I wish you would say something nowadays. Eventually, all this stuff, and that's what people try to fight up against. You might think something is gross or against your religion or whatever the hell the hang-up is. But eventually, it is what it is. It's normal. And if you've got a problem with it, I mean, you don't have to live. That's not your life. If that's not your lifestyle, it's not your life. Think about it like that. Just keep it pushing. But going on to these, let me look for some of these. Let me start with some of these that were rated low. For example, right here. Come on, pull it up here.
So I've got my essay written.
Let's go straight to his YouTube channel.
So now I'm going to show you how I use Grammarly to edit. Okay, so here's my essay, and I'm going to click through Grammarly suggestions in the right panel.
This dude gave a review and we took us straight to the channel. Damn. I know who this is. All right, guys, I'm going to have to answer this. Chris speaking. Yes, ma'am. Awesome. What time do you guys close? At 5:30? I should be there. Okay, I'm on my way. I appreciate you. Thanks. Okay, guys, look, I'm a real estate broker, and my commission, that was my money. I recognize that number. I've been waiting for that check all day. I'm like, look, I just sold that house. I want my damn money. I'm like, hey, when my check is ready, call me. I always go, all right, look, let's get back to it. I'm going to wrap it up because I got to get my damn money. All right, so Doug Walker, he was like a video game that would be fun to play but boring to watch. I can see what you mean by that. It did play like a video game. This would still be a brilliant video game. But I'm telling you, I feel like some people might be judging it on comparing it to Toy Story. I am completely looking at it as its own separate thing, and I was trying to like what kind of aliens or predators references, what kind of equivalent to that type of like if this movie was a real life live action movie that would have came out in the 80s or the 90s back in the day, compared to Predator, Alien, all this would have been a brilliant story. With an amazing twist. Now you kind of retcon some. First warning, some things that they kind of retcon, but this, judging it from the science fiction aspect of it, I thought it was an amazing story. I would have given it a fresh. Brian Weiner says expectations that ran to infinity and beyond, if not even farther, are quickly dampered. Let's see if hopefully he can. Okay. Emily Thompson Bear, where's your review, buddy? Where's your review at? How come I'm clicking on full review and I can't get? There is no buzz in this limp Lightyear. Okay. Pixar's Toy Story spinoff Lightyear is a huge disappointment, not because it isn't brilliantly animated, it is, but because it contains only a fraction of the inventiveness and joy the film that spawned it. And I feel like that's the problem. You guys are comparing it to Toy Story. I think that's what you're doing, bro. It is billed as Space Ranger Buzz Lightyear, and you're probably comparing it to that cartoon TV show too. Lightyear's origin story. The concept being that it's the very movie that made Andy, the kid in the original Toy Story, would fall in love with the Buzz Lightyear character. So what's the problem? I mean, that's all this is. That's all this is. This is the movie that Andy saw. And I feel like if you only judge it by that, you're fine. But hey, I don't know. These guys these are professional critics, right? I'm just a film pundit. I'm a wannabe Rotten Tomato critic out there. If you guys are watching, tell Rotten Tomatoes to holler at me. I'm a wannabe, right? But I feel like I got my finger on the pulse of some of these things. Let me. I already see the word down here. Let's scroll down to what his real problem probably is. There is an LGBTQ storyline that has earned the Lightyear a ban in certain Muslim countries. That is true. But otherwise, it's hard to think of anything that makes the film anywhere near a distinctive as its illustrious forebears. It's not bad, but as I explained in the longer review on Tuesday's paper, expectations that ran infinity and beyond is not even further. Okay, so so he didn't go where I thought he was going to go with that. I don't know, bro. I just feel like people are too, and that's the second time, right? People are just comparing it to Toy Story, and this is not in the same vein. Not really. It's what inspired a little boy's love for a toy that he didn't even know was alive. That's what Toy Story was about. The toys helping out, wanting to be with Andy. That's what Toy Story was about. Lightyear was about a space ranger who was trying to get his people, out of the mess that they got themselves in, or that he got them in, and stuff. It was a totally different thing. It was a sci-fi. It was a brilliant sci-fi story. At least I thought so. Let me read one last one from Louisa Moore. Lacks on one of the most important trademarks of Pixar films. Okay, imagination. Okay, the technical artistry is there, but the project doesn't have an inspired vision. Now that I feel like is a fair criticism from her point of view. Animated powerhouse Pixar doesn't swing and miss often, but Lightyear is a dud in her opinion. I don't think it's a dud because they Grogu this bitch. They gonna make their money. kids will love this. I feel like this is adults that are trying. I don't know. Adults trying to be kids. Kids are gonna be like, hey, I just saw Buzz Lightyear. I don't give a damn. And that cat was cool. And the little bit that they gave us with the same-sex couple and stuff, it's gonna go 9 times out of 10. Kids ain't gonna get it. There's gonna be a few kids out there. I'll be 10% at the most. It's gonna be like, that girl kisses another girl. My daddy don't like that, But for the most part, kids ain't gonna give a damn. Let's see. It's a dud. It's not as bad as Cars 2. Damn, you try to compare it to Cars 2? But it's uninspired standalone story about the beloved Toy Story character Buzz Lightyear. It's not about the Toy Story character. It's about the movie that was never finds its footing. This one is guaranteed to cause fidgety kids and adults because a space adventure should never be this boring. Damn. Okay, you found it boring, man. Hey, okay. Hey, that's your criticism of it, bro. That's how you felt. I understand. Shout out to Screen Zealots, fanatical about films. Shout out. All right, shout out. Okay. Hey, it's cool, baby. It's cool. I felt differently. I felt like it was a great story. I had a good time with it. Is it is it a Pixar classic? No. Is it ranked even high in as far as Pixar's? No. Maybe I should do a ranking. Where would you rank it after you watch the movie? I want to hear from you guys. Tell me where you would rank it, and because I'm curious on that. Does it deserve the rating that it's got? Does it deserve a higher rating? Does it deserve a lower rating? Let me know what you think, and we'll talk about it. Now, the last topic that we were going to go through with Joy, but we can't now because she has a meeting, and I got to get the hell out of here because I got to get my money. The thing that you guys came to talk about, Chelsea. Let me do this right, guys. Guess who's back in the mother clutchy house with some more content for your mother effing mouth? It is Chelsea. Let me see if we can find her. Sorry, guys. Let me fix this. I got too many windows open. I got too many windows open here. Let me fix this before I go crazy. No, that's not it. No, that's not it. Nope. There we go. Too many windows open. God dang, Chris. Gonna crash the system. All right, closing all that nonsense. Chelsea Hart. As I live and breathe. Now, I'm kind of glad that Joy's not here right now. Can we talk? Like, Chelsea, they're a pretty girl. They're pretty. I don't know your pronouns. They're a pretty person, and I can see why that she wouldn't have a problem getting in a relationship. But you know what she reminds me of? Why do I get an Amber Heard vibe out of Chelsea? But she returned from the womb lands. And, I heard that in the comment section, it reads in the TikTok comment section that she put out a whole bunch of content on her channel, on her page, and deleted a lot of it. So obviously, she's probably, they are probably very self-conscious about what they, thanks to the modern warrior right there. Look right there. You guys, I ain't gonna lie, you got beat the hell up the last time you were on. Became an instant meme. And I'm sorry, man. It was bad, man. But here's the difference to me between content creators, even if, because when your content is about social justice and you go after certain people for their insensitivity, their racism and stuff like that, chauvinism and all that stuff. What was it that the Green Goblin said to Spider-Man? The thing that people love more than to see a hero is to see a hero fall, die trying. All those people that she probably targeted, they were the first ones, the people that she called out, and for legitimate reasons, for their racism, for their sexism, for their BS and stuff. She called a lot of people out. But people like that, because I'm a petty person myself, you come after me whether you were right, and even if I'm in the wrong, but if I see a little hint of weakness, those were the first people to come charging after both of them, Modern Warrior and Chelsea. And I feel like there are certain content creators that get so far in their own legend that they create for themselves that they think that nothing that they say can be bad at all. I can't stand those TikTokers or those influencers, wannabe influencers who will get called out themselves on something legit. And she was called out for. A lot of people criticized her. They gave them a slide on it because it was like her complaint was legit, but a lot of people said that they were being extra, and a lot of people get played. So look, from TikTok, it all started with a cheating allegation against another social justice warrior named Lance Tosi. Chelsea accused him of manipulating on the platform. It quickly backfired as Chelsea became a meme. Many people are laughing at her expense, saying that she just got played by a liar, and it happens. Chelsea went as far as to claim it was a form of SA. Chelsea Hart has 1.2 million followers on TikTok, where they typically post comedic videos calling out sexism practices and norms. Look, you had a lot of people, especially some sisters too, especially brothers and sisters. We told her straight up. I was one of them. Like, look, dude, like people get played all the time. A guy lying just to smash, but that's not even what Modern Warrior said he was doing. It's like, look, man, we ain't got no ring on no fingers. But if you told her that it was exclusive and stuff, and if that's your game, why go after people with that big of an audience as you did? Because it was a shit show that just destroyed all of y'all. And that's why it reminds me of Amber Heard. They were both guilty. But it also seemed, and evidence of rumors or receipts were coming out later, that she has a history of doing these things to people when she's been scorned. Wrath like a person scorned. And there was an ex of hers that said she did the same thing to me, accused me of all kinds of stuff, took it way out of pocket, and just tried to use the platform to just go get him, like I said, Johnny Depp. Amber Heard is now on her little tour, trying to explain that it was social media and the Johnny Depp fans who all of us believe in Edward Scissorhands the reason why she lost. Amber Heard, boo-boo, didn't you try that same angle? Isn't that why you released those stuff to TMZ? Why you went out and did that op-ed, trying to be the face for women and stuff? You didn't think that was trying to weaponize social media against Johnny Depp? And that's why I've related to what Chelsea did. Trying to weaponize the power that she had, because it did hit him hard. He lost a lot of followers on it, and he bowed out. But when more of the truth, and if you guys who followed it, you guys know it better than I do. Then when the truth, from what I remember, the truth started to come out about her and how they really are and stuff, it all started to backfire. But it really started to backfire on her because that video that she put out calling Modern Warrior out was so damn memeable, and you just became a joke. It was the equivalent of when Amber Heard talked about her dog stepping on a bee. The old girl on TikTok, what's her name? You fucking know. I'm sorry. It was funny. Should we have laughed at it based on what she was talking about? No, we were being a little insensitive. But the internet is undefeated, and they don't give a damn. The internet will destroy. All in the name of memeing. They don't care. Look, that's why I appreciate like my play sister, Aunt Karen, Denise. She's made posts that have gone that was meant to be one thing, and it went way the other direction, and it was like, oh my God, I effed up. The difference between Aunt Karen, Denise, and a lot of, I'm not going to call anybody out, other people on TikTok, Denise, when she realizes, oh damn, like it just went like with this whole thing with Chelsea. When she realized, because there to have your back, called out the other side, but when she realized that she was being manipulated and used, because Chelsea tried to use people to hurt Modern Warrior. She was just, Denise wasn't having any of it. And when Denise has ever made a post on her Aunt Karen page, and it turns out she was wrong on something, and she has been, she called herself out immediately. She don't play that. I'm just not gonna say nothing game. I know I'm right. I don't care if I was wrong. I can't admit it. She calls us. I appreciate people who can go, I fucked up. I messed that up. That's my bad. And honestly, Chelsea, that's all you had to do early in the beginning. Whether you believe, you probably don't believe that though, so that's probably why you didn't do it. It took Modern Warrior a little. He had to bow out for a long time too, and then when he came back, he tried to clean it up and like, look, you know, I apologize for Chelsea for feeling that way. So Chelsea came back so hard. She like, you apologizing for me? You fucking knew. It was a shit show. But I use my friend Denise, you know her better as Aunt Karen, as the example. Because I've seen multiple times where if she made a misstep or a miscalculation, she was just straight up wrong. She admitted it, called herself out on it, apologized, and does it the right way. But there's too many people out there on TikTok that gets in there. It's like there's a lot of people on TikTok who I struggle on TikTok to get that content out and to grow. There's a lot of content creators who started after me, and I wasn't as heavy involved in TikTok during the pandemic as I probably should have been. But I didn't care about TikTok. I thought it was going to be like Snapchat. I thought it was going to come and go, but I was wrong. So now I'm trying to be heavier involved in TikTok. And there's people who are creating TikTok accounts today that'll have 1 million subscribers tomorrow. And now some of them I've collabed with, and then they get to a certain level. It's like you can't even get them to answer the message anymore. It's like, that's all right, cool. Hey, I thought we were friends. That's fine. Denise isn't one of those. Denise is still cool. She got 1 million subscribers, and she still be like, hey, what's up, Chris? But a lot of these TikTokers, they be believing they own hype like they goddamn Chuck Norris or something. I think they just believing they own legend. The Chuck Norris doesn't do push-ups. The earth moves away. Like that kind of bull crap. A lot of them do. But people like Denise, she don't let that fame get. They might get busy. They might get harder to contact and whatnot. But they're getting busier. Amanda just vibing. Started off with a small following. Felt like she was getting shadow banned, and then blew up and is doing great now. But doesn't treat people like she. Oh, I know I'm better than you now because I got so many followers. I'm an influencer now. Like she don't do that. But there are certain people out there that just think that this is interesting. Like if I get 1 million followers on TikTok or here on YouTube or on Twitch or something like that, like I'm grateful for it. But I'm like, I might get busier and I might not be able to get back to some people in a certain amount of time or at all because I'm just busier. But you're never gonna see me act like you can tell that they're the ones who, especially when the fire turns up on their own shit. Like the way it happened with Chelsea, and they can't take it because they're used to dishing it out. And now it's like, now you're her enemies. They're enemies. I'm talking about we're like, now you ain't perfect now. Now we got something on you, and we gonna come after you. And you're like, oh no, I can't handle. I called that guy out for being a racist. I can't have him making fun of me now, or something like that. You know. Like, no, stand your ground. Just don't be a dickhead about it. Stand your ground. If you have to apologize. But if you don't feel like you did anything wrong, there's a certain way to move forward without. But at the same time, you know what? At the same time, I don't know your stress levels. I don't know the things that trigger you. You might be going through things, and going through all that with the internet attacking you and stuff, or having it all bombed back at you, could have been something that was just like devastating to you. I hope my kids don't ever feel that way, because I know how this generation is about what people think. I'm an 80s baby, you know what I'm saying? I'm 42 years old. Oh my God, they're saying bad stuff about me on the internet. Delete. The app is gone. Oh look, I just don't have to look at my phone anymore. Just play some video games. I don't care. I don't care. You know how many times I get called the N-word on the internet? Oh, but you ain't gonna say it to my face. I bet you won't. I don't know, man. Just these people. I don't know, man. I just feel like people are getting on their own legend and they just feeling themselves too much. But maybe I'm protesting too much. What do you guys think, man? Chelsea's back she came back. She took a little sabbatical, and now she's back. Maybe. Can they get back to the level that they were before? I say yes. Just power through. Just do what you're gonna get dinged on it every time you call out another person for their racism or misogyny or anything on TikTok. The very first messages that are coming in your comment section was, "Oh, what about the Womblands?" You're just gonna have to. That's your life now. It says that she's on that they're on tour now, so good luck with that. Before I let you go, let's read off what's going on. So the accusations against Tulsi are not criminal in nature. But that didn't stop social media users from taking sides and ultimately turning on all parties involved. That's exactly what I said. Tulsi lost 500,000 followers after the allegations were made, while Chelsea Hart, one of the people who spoke out against Tulsi, has been berated online by people mocking their since deleted emotional outburst on camera. Can she bounce back? I think so. I think you got to ignore it. Just got to ignore it. Just keep pushing forward. They're going on tour now. Hey, go ahead, do your thing, but be ready. Hecklers are coming. You think the pocket was bad? Wait until they got tomatoes to throw at your ass. It's gonna be interesting. Let me know what you guys think about it. Share your thoughts in the comment section below. I appreciate you guys for taking time out to listen to me. This has been Talking Through the Medias with Chris, guys. I'm out of here. I got to go get my damn money. So until next time, guys, hit the like, subscribe button. Let me know what you guys think at all time. Share your thoughts, your theories, your comments, your concerns. Put it in the box. Throw it in the box and let me know what you thought about this and any other topics that we had talking about today. Appreciate you guys for watching. Until next time, guys. I can know.